Welcome back in, folks. It is finally back, the Corporate Esports Association Rocket League, and we are live. Nothing more pre-recorded. We are live on a Saturday afternoon with some good old Rocket League for you guys. My name is Upmine, joined here by Ravish. And who do we have playing up here, Ravish?
Well, we got two absolutely fantastic teams here up, mind that. You know what, man, we've seen these dudes go here back and forth with this tournament, and especially considering how close to get to overall playoffs here up, mind, but you know that these teams are fighting it out to the ringer to be able to make it out of the end.
Yes, sir. Both teams are currently 2-1. It's none other than General Motors and stuck in Silverado. And on the other side of the server, it will be none other than Google and say what again? So yeah, it's a pretty interesting game, at least in terms of the namesake, but stuck in Silverado, definitely a team with a little bit of rapport in terms of Rocket League skill, but they've started off the season in 2-1. A little bit disappointing, but again, although the season is already more or less already heading up into playoffs, we're already starting to see which teams are starting to break apart on their own and really at least start to give some of those tier 1 vibes, like those top 8 at the end of the season vibes.
No, honestly, I genuinely wanted to hear you say those puns out loud and proud here of mine, because I'm genuinely impressed every single week when I see more and more of these teams, just how well they can form their names up and really represent their brand. And I'm never not disappointed. I got this. It's always really good times. But like you mentioned, right, it has been kind of back and forth performances for both these teams to go into today's match. Though I'm excited to see what kind of things they can bring out to, and really overall, because it's a brand new season, how well they mesh together, right? Because sometimes you see new players go in and out, but being able to have the same vision on the same pitch, right, is really what I find excels teams all the way to the end. You could even say the goalpost.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't need to talk any more semantics, no more what is in between two goalposts. It's most likely a net, but let's find out as we are headed finally into game number 1 in this best of 5 between Stuck in Silverado and Say What Again.
Let's see how far into the match. Just small easy kickoff here. But before we get into all that, seeing these two teams go here back and forth, I find it's a tale of friendship, of rivalry. And already we have so many aggressive shots coming out immediately. But that's what I say about Bishop, right? They wouldn't even finish my sentence. They want this game to end before it starts.
Yes, sir. Hey, it's not about the battle. It's about the friends that we make on the way there. But
yes,
I don't think these guys are really leaving cupcakes on each other's doorstep. I don't think that's going to be happening at the end of the day. But in we go. Jason with a massive opportunity, facing up against backboard. Lord Leon was there already in anticipation for the pass, trusting his good old friendo Jason. And they're playing 8-ball pool, bouncing off of one another. But it doesn't really matter. Still counts for a goal, counts for a snipe, and it's 4:25 left in the game. We're already a little bit in, and Stuck in Silverado actually have the lead.
And exactly what we were talking about before, right? Being able to form a trust around your teammates and and knowing that they'll be able to do more about the dunk tech in the 5. That's to go for a little musty, but unfortunately flops a little bit on that. It's better luck next time, there, buddy. But I respect the style points you're already bigging out.
Again, decent move. He was up solo, and both of his teammates were just collecting boosts. There's really not much that you can do in that situation. And really, for everyone else, we're getting the rotations back and firm. Little bit of a double commit on the front end. Say What Again, scrambling on the back line, trying to chase away, dunk the lunk. Had a massive opportunity to clear the ball, but it ends up hitting backboard and leaving a very awkward scenario for Big Steve and Chasen as both of them combine for a massive goal. Again, it's that awkward scenario that we've already seen once or twice in this game where Say What Again, the rotation just gets broken apart due to actually some backboard presence by the Stuck in Silverado squad.
And this is the exact same setup, like you mentioned, yet again, that we saw from Blue Side here, because look, it was same backboard type push, right? But right away, right from midfield, comes his partner, his eyeball, you could even say Japanese, right? To dunk it in yet again. So now this time, if I'm if I'm Duncan Long, if I'm Bishop, I'm thinking, yo, maybe I should watch my backboard, but another close call. It was the exact same setup up mine. It's they're going for this immediate crossbar play to almost 90% success rate.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Again, it's gonna be that battle where these guys are trying to make their own opportunity, and the best way to kind of bail yourself out is a backboard play. So, I mean, is that really a surprise that we're seeing both teams just kind of go for those early on? Not exactly. We're still seeing rotations start to formulate more and more, at least a little bit of comfortability, as a counterattack is getting built up now by Stuck in Silverado. Chasing in a 1v1 against Book, gets left over to mid. The anchor, Lord Leon, is forced to go up for it. Oh, boy! Hits off the crossbar, and it bounces out. Oh, boy. Okay, Stuck in Silverado. They're starting to cook up a little bit, and Say What again, struggling to really clear out this ball out of their own end. Double in their own net. Still nothing, though. Say What again is alive, but certainly they're not out of the hole. Halfway through the game, and it's still 2-0.
Man, Chasen and Big Steve have stayed in front of the orange side almost the entire time here, man. Like, with the way they've been going back and forth, you've seen Chasen usually be the setup man to not at the end when it comes time for him to commit. Unfortunately, just does not find the angle. But still, at this point in time, though, they put up such an aggressive offense at this point. They just need one good clear but really good save by Bookopolis. But yet again, Jason has not let out because we hit that third man though, but you see what the air gets it.
Oh, Big Steve laying a massive one on him. Chasing this time instead of going for that backboard play. That ball was going in an awkward direction. Bounces it off the wing boards, and again, that was a little bit off angle. Dips in a perfect little spot, and that's going to be Stuck in Silverado with a third goal. And I think I have to backtrack a little bit. Not exactly backtrack, but kind of put things into perspective. We're seeing a team now built up of champs in against a game of those in diamonds. So I think just that discrepancy in itself, we are expected to see more individual skill from the boys of Stuck in Silverado. But Say What again, still kind of pulling their own in terms of backfield. Oh, I guess you could say development, but I was about to say, are they really developing? Dunk the Lunk had a little bit of a lapse in judgment, still a pass center, but it's still an attack for Stuck in Silverado. Ball is getting managed over in the mid side. What a pass from Dunk! Lord Leon stuffs it. Nice stop by Big Steve. If anything, Chasen could go get it. He starts up, pass perfectly to Leon, goes up to backboard. Would have to be some Globetrotters type work, but it's not going to happen. Still 3-0 with just about a minute left.
Like you mentioned here, just the individual skill that's coming out, oozing out from Stuck in Silverado has been very, very apparent. And just with under 55 seconds left to go for this game here, though, consider it's a 3-0. I Say What again, I find here, I think I can call it right now. Considering these 3 goals, like Say What again, have to be looking at the next game, right? What they can improve on, what they can possibly try to do to possibly just counteract this extremely aggressive offense coming off the side of Stuck in Silverado too, because he's gonna play on trick shots off the back, but the team was there for the shot, and there it is, Chasing Dunks it yet again.
Oh, what just happened?
Wait.
Hey, yo, run that back. Hey, yo, run that back.
Yeah. Can I get a music rewind?
Oh boy, everyone going down on the server. A tactical nuke just went down. But yes,
45 kills,
enemy AC 130 above, no issues. But no, absolutely, I agree. Next game is going to be a whole lot more important. I was about to say, kind of as a benchmark, you have to think it from one aspect, right? Say What again, they haven't let up a goal in just about a 2-minute span. That's going to help them out, at least in terms of their confidence going forward. Again, that last goal is going to kind of seep away that mentality that I was thinking about. But again, all in all, I like the fact that you mentioned a very aggressive team. Really, the basis behind what is that pseudo aggressiveness is actually the fact that, you know, Stuck in Silverado, they're actually going a lot more towards the solo route. A lot of the players, they're trying to make their own space, but they still have their team in mind. Lots of stellar assists throughout the game, all of them being assisted. Chasen and Lord Leon mainly being in the front lines of those. I mean, I gotta give it up to Chasen being a real technician throughout this game, actually nailing himself 2 goals and 2 assists. But Mr. Ravishing Ravish coming back to the camera as we can now talk a little bit more about what could be game number 2 between these teams.
Exactly, because I think we're looking at right now for the side to say what again. They generally have to focus on once getting really big clears, just to make sure that they aren't just depressed the entire time, on their own end. But if you're looking at second Silverado, like you mentioned, just the rank differential is really starting to show. So maybe, just maybe, if the side to say what again, if they could possibly punish just one individual players, I think it'll come down to the demos. Because like you mentioned, they're up mine, right? They're going for a lot of individual plays. It's definitely like it's been like a one-man show where they don't go to the defenders, but of course helped out by chasing, because that man got what, like 4 setups this game, bro. Shout out to him.
Yeah, no, it's real good to see a team with pretty good synergy, especially on the front lines, and I think we can attribute that a little bit more actually to the more dynamic formation that these players are actually going for as we head into game number 2. Already heavy attack over towards the defensive area of Say What Again, but again, I just wanted to touch on what has been a little bit more of a weird formation. So they're actually going for a 2-1 at this point. 2 towards the midfield, 1 towards the attacking side. And that one player, he's going to stay there for a while. He acts as the anchor, essentially waiting for balls to essentially just come in his direction. And I mean, hey, it worked out in their favor this time. Big pass up forward, ended up landing with none other than Big Steve on the wing. Fights it up in a 50-50. Lord Leon has to pinch it in. 4.5 minutes left. Just about 24 seconds into this game, we have our first goal back, and it's we're stuck at Silverado once again.
I believe we saw just around the same time in the previous match as well, but Jason up in the air finds us.
Oh my lord.
Big Steve, bro. That's what 2 in a row already?
2 in a row. Back-to-back goals now for Stuck in Silverado, and this time it was just an overwhelming amount of cars over towards that attacking line. Quickly off of that kickoff, it's going to be impossible for you to try to get your regular rotation going, and not only that, but boost for everyone. So just putting on the bodies early, winning out the kickoff, and Big Steve coming in as the insurance play from their own defensive end. I mean, that's just beautiful to see.
With that ball rising right now, just waterfalls down, though, but still, it does seem as though the second Silverado was always first to take with where they want the ball to go. But volume possession, but no, they lose the challenge, man. Big Steve has been an absolute mess. They don't want them to have possession at all. But first they lose the 50, but Big Steve at the back again, like you mentioned, right? They always have what he would divide at the side for their insurance chase with a nice save. But now, Volley was seeing what again can do with the offense up front.
Yes, sir. Let's see what they can pull. Bishop with a massive pass going center. Medler trying to knock one in, but it's a double pressure over towards midfield. Again, that is so unfortunate, but it's exactly what I mentioned before. Every single play that we're seeing from Stuck in Silverado, they're playing with a 2-1 formation. If we're seeing it on the attacking side, 2 in the midfield, or potentially as defensive anchors, and 1 on the attacking side. When they're on the defensive side, they maintain 2 in the back at all times. It's fairly basic, at least to see that from a defensive standpoint, 1 being the initiator over towards midfield, but this time it just works. Ball is left over in the midfield, the double pressure in the back, they're fine with rotating over. They're fine with making their own play. As again, they have the insurance policy not only in the back line but also in the wings. They pressure out the ball, and that's going to be Stuck in Silverado with a 3rd goal already, and this time already pressuring out. Big opportunity for a solo play, as I think that time it was actually Lord Leon playing with the ball a little bit too much. 2 minutes in, Big Steve. Oh, that is just nasty. They're going for some freestyling madness, and it's all working out in their favor. I mean, of all the balls to go in, right?
It just bounces in there up, man. Like, just one after another. You see him Say What Again are looking at this ball and they're thinking, all right, now we could try to touch it, but we might also get an own goal. But if we don't touch it, it'll still go in. So they opt for neither.
There you go.
There we go. Nice little kickoff goal for Medler to bring some hope back into this game.
Yeah, no, great stuff. That was Bukopoulos just trying to maintain the ball middle. That was the call out beforehand where Medler was trying to clear it up or clean it up. And indeed he did. Ball made it past Big Steve. And, well, just like that, they do finally have a goal back. So no more clean sheet, at least for the set thus far. Bukopoulos, yet another one banged forward. Ball could be empty, but they have to beat out Lord Leon, and they do. 2 straight kickoff goals, essentially. A little, I mean, this one being a little bit more laborious, but the double commit for the ball getting bounced right into the top right bin ends up given to Bishop where he can clean things up. So Say What Again? They've split the scoreline.
We're actually closer and closer. We're just two and a half minutes left to go though. As the kickoff goal just ends in a stalemate, but Jason, as he gets into position, they're up at the side, wins the touch, but really good challenge. There, I see what again to make sure it doesn't go in. Now, the defense game has immediately stepped up. It's almost like they find the stride. And we said it before here, I believe we said it many times before you're here up on, right? It just takes one goal sometimes to be able to get one team in formation and find say one again or really feel themselves.
Yeah, no, it's just that lust for points, that lust for goals that ends up getting regained. And I don't know, they kind of buckle forward. They're just like, you know what, maybe they are mortal. Maybe we do have a chance. But that's just semantics at this point. It's just chance after chance. Holy, Big Steve. Essentially on his way out, ends up getting himself a shot, but that ends up going a little bit wide purely because of his positioning, not exactly because of the shot either. So with just about 150, Bishop with a massive opportunity, hits it up backboard. It's going to be Bukopoulos, actually led up over towards Medler. Bukopoulos' whiff almost gave Medler a massive goal, but they're still pressuring on that front end. Bukopoulos, no boost at all. You actually have Chasen on the front line, actually hunting for bodies, trying to actually go for some demos, and he goes in the defensive line. Oh man, we're seeing bumper cars at this point, and it's dangerous. This time, pass back and forth, some tiki-taka, not going to develop anything. But yeah, that's the fun part about Rocket League, right? You still have the demos.
Exactly, and these demo plays have been so fun. Big Steve is just a big one, as you see, just zooming past the screen. Man, he wanted it bad too. But the boosted economy I've been noticing here,
what a pass!
Both these teams hasn't been great, but yeah, the pass of one to the middle with the side over there to commit, and 60 seconds left to go. Man, both are almost all single one of these players are running so low on so long boosts that barely have daily speed enough for these touches.
Yeah, it's tough to actually get an opportunity for these guys. Like I mentioned before, that midfield pressure, that midfield control has been so good. And their passes are even more immaculate. I just can't get over it.
But obviously, with a really solid hit, you see this is a big opportunity. But I think that's a couple of times that we're just the angle has been just a little bit short of just going into going the top left. But yeah, they get another big shot at the back, but no one did to confirm. A nice little challenge by stuck Silverado though. But now chasing at the side, looking for the setup. Goes over to the side field, but immediately, really well done by saying what again to make sure. But 10 seconds left to go. This might be it.
Yeah, this might be it, unless they could score literally in that touch. Bukopoulos had to send it, snipe towards the goal for this team to have a chance, but no siree. It's going to be yet another win here for Stuck in Silverado as they take game 2. Game 3 looking like a little bit different of a scenario because Ravish, we were talking about the fact that we could be seeing a little bit better of a showing for say what again, but it has to come down to the early game. Stuck in Silverado, they already had 3 goals in the matter of 1 minute and 30 seconds. That's tough to at least try to fight back, but once those goals start flowing, Stuck in Silverado, it doesn't seem like they know how to stop.
One thing I do want to point out, though, is just the change in aggression that we've seen just already from Silverado. Because in the previous game, they only had about 10 shots combined, though, but ended landing about 4 of them. This time, yet again, 16 shots. Sorry, 14 shots combined, almost double from the previous game, though. We're seeing Silverado have turned it up, but although not all of them have been confirmed, just shows just how much back and forth this game has been here up by. Because say what again, I've had a lot more opportunities, and like you mentioned, I have a good feeling about game number 3. Because say what again, definitely are feeling it.
Yeah, I would love to see passing stats too, because the passing from Stuck in Silverado, it almost seems like really any opportunity that they're able to afford themselves on a solo side from the attacking side, they still somehow find a way to pass. It almost blows my mind the type of steeziness that they're actually able to pull just off of backboard opportunities alone. So yeah, this is a fun game thus far. Let's hit into game number 3 as say what again, they need to reverse sweep.
I mean, those are always the best kind of sweeps up, man. And considering just how much fun this can be, but be a nice little kickoff. They might go for it yet again. The 4-minute 36-second goal for the time to beat. Unfortunately, will not be confirmed. Bukopoulos in the air, stride with a nice save, but cannot confirm it. Ball not cleared out as of yet, but that was looking to be a bit of a little change-up from before.
Yes, sir. Could have actually been a massive morale boost for this team going forward, but again, it's gonna be those kickoff scenarios that we saw again and again, really affecting both teams going back and forth. So yeah, who knows? Who knows? But we can't speak on the past. 35 seconds have already gone by. Chase and actually forcing out the front end. He's been very good in the 1v1 scenario. I actually wouldn't be surprised if Chasen was just a solid ones player, because it almost seems like he's just playing a whole different video game in this threes game.
He knows he has teammates actually behind him, so just so he can't find the angle, someone else might just take it. But exactly like you said, man, this man is in the air more longer than he's on the ground at this point. Gently flying across the field, as is the ball right now here.
Oh boy!
Like, solid control given to the other side, but look opposite. We see this man be so far forward every single time. But one interesting thing I find that Gio and Silverado do is they don't allow any of what again to actually pass by the midfield, because like it is leaving Bookopolis just all the way up front by himself, looking back his team. It's like, yo fam, y'all not reaching? Come on.
Oh, they got to start reaching. They got to start going for it. Holy, yet another opportunity. Big Steve, how on earth? Stuffs out the defender after, again, yet another massive pass from Lord Leon. But Medler, he had the right read, but Big Steve, he's actually able to hold on to the ball a little bit more than expected. Actually covers up, goes for more of a 50-50 scenario midair, and the ball just ends up pachinkoing in his favor. Holy, what a play from Big Steve. What a play from Stuck in Silverado once again. And they're still going for more. Big Steve, what a pass! Oh my!
Man, they didn't even get the flip reset, but didn't even need it, because as the ball falls down, the immediate little slide in from Lord Leon too, man. That was so well done. Now, we've been talking a lot about chasing the entire game, but but Big Steve though, watch the step up and show himself. Nah, fam, yo, I'm here too, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ski. At this point now, we're starting to see the boys at Stuck in Silverado start to pull out a little bit more of that individual prowess that I mentioned earlier. Again, Big Steve. I'm not going to say that he's quiet, right? Really, none of these players on this Stuck in Silverado team has been quiet in a sense. But Big Steve, he hasn't exactly gotten his fair share of goals. This is his time now. He has initiated both goals thus far, and now, I mean, we have to get back to the core storyline. Can say what again? Really nail on a couple of goals. They actually have a chance at the front line. Gonna hit backboard, might hit corner. No, it won't. Bukopoulos with a chance. Oh, a rare chance, and it hits the crossbar.
Oh, just a little bit short. But at this point, man, they're just thinking like he has to be thinking like, okay, all right, so maybe if I had like an Octane with me with a weird hitbox, it might have gotten in, bro. But
right,
unfortunately, last second, ball going a little bit higher there, but Dr. Long with a good op. Takes possession low on boost at this point as Bookopolis. They need to be able to go back and go to the refueling station. Yeah, but if they are to be confirmed on these.
Dunk can't exactly get there fast enough. Has to stay around the midfield area. Chasen sends it forward. Bukopoulos. Nice little boot. But again, both of his teammates are kind of stuck towards the defensive side. Not only that, but looking for boost. Medler down to 17 boost only. Trying to catch up with his teammates. Bukopoulos still over in the defensive line. Dunk the Lunk can't find any boost. It's boost. Star of Ahoy now. I mean, we already talked about what would be maybe underhanded tactics just in terms of demos, but boost starving is also another one, purely because of the fact, again, that they maintain that anchor. That person on the front end can just be a total menace.
I mean, that right there is just playing the macro game, right? You make sure that you deprive your enemy resources and make sure you stay yourself on the top, though, because, maintaining boost quality and its overall good boost economy is so extremely important, especially for the side of, especially for the side of Silverado, because you see how many AO trick shots they're doing for all the individual plays. How are they going to do it if they're not at 100 both mentally and boost wise all the time?
Yeah, also communication breaking down a little bit. We saw a little bit of a scenario both on the midfield area and back, and actually trying to get the back right boost for the orange side. And again, a couple of these players not exactly clicking in this game, at least. Again, they've had a very successful season thus far. They have a 2-1 record, so I'm not exactly going to kind of chalk this one up, just in terms of overall performance. Seems like today, Stuck in Silverado has been the better team, but with just about the 25-second mark, yet another opportunity on the front line. What a pass. What a pass. Back and forth. All three players getting a hand on it. That time it was Lord Leon. Up to Chasen. Down to Big Steve. It's immaculate.
Man, you said it so many times here up mine though. The genuine insurance that's coming out for stuck in Silverado though. Bro, they literally like State Farm here because like a good neighbor, Big Steve is there.
Yo! Oh man. I mean, hey, I mean, I think this game might have actually gone in 15 minutes or less. So, you might not be, you might not be wrong about the insurance policy. 5 seconds left. We're just trying to see if Say What Again can maybe boot one up away, but looks like a double clean sheet for Stuck at Silverado and General Motors as they continue to barrel their way here in this season.
Genuinely impressive performance here from Stuck in Silverado. I gotta say, like from game 1 to game 2 to game 3, although they've just shown just an overall ramp up in performance, right? Game 3, like you mentioned, you saw communication break it down a little bit. There's a kind of back and forth, but they were just so far ahead at that point. It was really all up to Say What Again to see if they find some sort of resemblance of control, some sort of resemblance of just forward momentum to be able to put us as a competition. But I think they need to go back to a drawing board on this one and perhaps come back stronger next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, just a couple of things to, at least from what I ended up seeing in the game, just, again, communication. That's certainly something that a lot of teams can work on anyway, so I can't exactly chalk up the game to being just about that. But in terms of what would be, backline defense, their rotation, a little bit too, I'm not going to say individualistic, but it ended up coming down more to that break apart, that one, I guess you could say that anchor, that one initiator that I mentioned, especially Chasen. The better way to actually get away from those is most likely more midfield presence, trying to shut down what would be opportunities early on. So counterattacks and I guess you could say more pressure in terms of formation. But again, that's more theoretical. In terms of, what would be better goal line defense, we could have seen less double commits, just random mistakes here and there. So I'm not going to give like genuine criticism because it just seems like, again, today was an off day for the boys of Say What Again.
Well, let's hope they can go ahead and pick it back up and come back stronger and stronger next week. That's what you hope for all these teams going throughout the season. But so GG's to both y'all, though. Yet again, big congrats to Stuck in Silverado. But this is not a final game of the day yet.
No, sir. We got 2 games here, folks. The next game is going to be live in just a little bit. It's a doubleheader, and we're live once again on a Saturday afternoon. How about them apples? We'll see you guys in just a little bit.